Now, you guys never see this, but like I have it, the countdown, and then it goes to static, and then I slowly fade you in from static.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, you're live on intranets.
Hi, intranets. How are you?
We got someone on Kick, someone on Twitch, and someone on YouTube. Chances
Very
are,
good.
Shorebelly's all three.
Pretty good chance Shorebelly's all
For
three.
real, right?
Yeah.
Why was I talking about Shorebelly? Or did I just dream about him?
Weird.
Don't
Either
say
way.
those kind of things.
It came up in conversation, and I can't remember why now, and I was talking about him.
It was us talking with Claire.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we were talking about how we have our friend out on the Eastern Shore.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, that was it.
Oh, I don't mind talking about what we were talking about. I don't like white trash. But then I was explaining the difference between rednecks, hillbillies, country, and none of those qualify white trash. And like super wealthy people can be white trash. And then I guess I used Shorebelly. I'm like, Shorebelly, got a good country friend, Eastern Shore, great guy, chickens. Would never even think putting him near the category of white trash.
Shorebelly?
No. White trash are terrible people.
Can be.
No, are. That's why they're white trash. Again, the redneck, country, hillbilly. I'm running out of adjectives. White trash is specifically terrible people.
Sam.
Why did we start talking about white trash? I don't remember.
I don't know.
We didn't.
You
did.
No, you did.
No, the other day with Claire.
Graham, you would deal with white trash all the time when you were living in Baltimore.
Really?
They were on that Fenty lean, stealing packages off your porch in Canton.
No, white trash are terrible people that can't be trusted in any situation, anytime.
All right, so are we ready to do a show?
Y'all just want to share?
Yeah, you know what? We'll do
I'll
that.
just
We'll
pour
share.
one.
Yeah, we can do that.
Who, him and I?
Yeah. And then you share the...
That's fine.
So we don't waste all these cups?
Yeah,
I'll let you drink from my.
I'll just drink from yours, Jasmine.
You're gonna trust me to not finish my can?
Yeah, I'm gonna trust you not to finish your can, but you're also gonna pour some for Graham. And you also now have a cup if you want to put cider in your cup, because we know how you like to drink out of cups.
Where is my Villa cup?
Drinking
I don't fucking know.
Drinking out of cups. That's one of the greatest videos that's ever graced the internet.
You love to fucking lose shit, woman. I don't know.
It's gotta be in the kitchen.
I haven't seen it, so
My
I
cup's
really
in the
can't
kitchen
tell.
with
Mr. Knots. Mr. Tying Knots. Somebody needs a knot tied to go to him.
Exactly.
My crutches in the
Fuck
kitchen
you.
with someone.
Mr. Walk Down Me on my walkway.
What accent is that?
It's a bad New York, New Jersey, northern New Jersey accent. It was one of the greatest videos that's ever graced the internet. It turned out it was fake in the end. But what it was billed as was a New Yorker that did
Let's just
some
swallow.
either acid or mushrooms for the first time and locked himself in a closet, and his friends recorded what he was saying. Turned out it was two amateur comedians, and that's not true. But it was still one of the greatest videos I've ever seen in my life. Mr. Balloon Hands.
I remember that one. It's so good.
Who put that shit in?
We ready to do a show, kids?
Yeah, so far no one's really in the chats. We got a couple people watching.
Very cool. We'll have to see, because I put out the call to action on both of my weekend halftime check-ins. My one today, I was like, hey, we're going to be live in like
5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Come check us out.
Well, we got a few people now.
There we go.
Well, then let's do a show, damn it.
Come on. Let's ride.
I forgot what to do.
Hi, this is Tom Simpson from Arnold, Maryland. I love soccering, and you are listening to the DU Football Show. Go soccer, guys. Soccer good.
Knowing what happened this weekend in the North London Derby, all I could think of is all the times that Mark, our good friend Spursy Mark, would talk about how my stadium was going to be the most beautiful stadium in the championship. Now I wonder that about them. Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston. Sam Houston. fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of my lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, just wanting to see some good old middle-aged medieval titties, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham. How you doing over there, Mr. Graham?
Not too bad.
Is
Not
that
too
all
bad.
he could ask for? Come on, it's Game of Thrones. We want to see the titties, right? That's all Graham's here for.
Ready to see some tits now. Come on.
Dong, da dong, dong, dong.
And of course, on the ones and twos, over there adding her own little Cisco version of the Dong song.
I was
Apparently,
gonna say that's the Dong song. I'm pretty sure. It's,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
see
get
the
it.
reference
That's
I was
what you
making.
told me. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
all me and Cash Patel kept saying to each other watching the women's final. You know what I mean? I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see some titties now.
Producer Mel. Producer Mel.
Asshole. Yes.
How you doing over there?
the boys, baby.
Sad the Olympics is over. Glad it happened. But you know what I'm gearing up for?
Ooh, what's that?
The Paralympics.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
I don't watch any Paralympic sport except for the guys with the running blades on their leg. Well, took the place of their legs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I love
then you
that.
should watch speed skating.
Oh, do they have those things?
Uh-huh.
That's got to be
Oh
interesting.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Remember the runner, the legs, the thing, the shoot through the door. Not so good.
Way to bring up a random story from 20 years ago.
What, you talking about the biathlon?
You're not going to get through it. You did it to yourself.
I'm confused.
There was an Olympic runner who had the
Blade
blades,
Runner.
and he shot and killed his girlfriend and went to prison for it after winning the gold.
Damn.
And then he got off.
I'm sure he did. He didn't have his blades to run away from the prison guys. That's, whoa. That was a Freudian slip, wasn't it?
We're recording at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcast, and of course, streaming live every single Monday night.
hot, baby.
Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. I don't know why you'd want to, but Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
That was accidental. I apologize. It is at DU Football Show on all social medias and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email.
Very good. And
Also, if you want to buy some merch, there's some stuff on there, dudripshack.com.
all right, I got one from our boy, Mr. Brody. Actually, Graham, I'm going to hand it to you, let you read it because you're better at reading off the phone than I am. But this came from
mean
our
I
good
can
friend,
see?
Mr. Brody. Yes. I don't have to take off my glasses to read I have to take off my glasses to read it.
Because of the glare or something.
No, just
Oh, really?
We'll
Oh,
call
okay.
it the glare.
All right. Question for show. VAR. Uh-oh. I know this gets very tedious and boring sometimes. But
I thought this was a very good
we'll
take.
muscle through it. From Brody, he starts his email off and quote, first time, long time. It's like he didn't say that. But he is, though. This is less of a question and more of an airing of frustration that I'm sure many of us feel. Get your own podcast for that, you cunt. Following on your conversation about the Villa-Newcastle FA Cup game that had numerous refereeing errors without VAR, simply put, how is it that they can manage to have VAR in a CONCACAF Champions League first-round contest in a tiny stadium in Trinidad and Tobago, as they did for the Philadelphia Union versus Defense Force FC, but can't manage to do so until the fifth round of the oldest football competition, oldest knockout competition period in the world, I believe. Does this just boil down to the FA being arrogant and refusing to adapt? I know we all have problems with VAR, but like it or not, it's part of the game now, and to not have it be applied universally is flat out dumb. I think there's a little bit of a difference where all of the teams in the FA Cup are not competing as professional clubs is number one. And the cost of installing the VAR system is down to the clubs themselves. They were mandated to do so, but only the Premier League was, as so many clubs in the lower leagues and then obviously non-league regularly go into administration and shit like that. So forcing an extra expense on them isn't exactly fair. Now, the FA of England is the FA, as it's formally known, because they're arrogant, is... which I don't really mind because it's the one that invented the game, really. Right. Which is fine by me. But the Football Association is rich enough that I think they could have footed that bill, and they just simply didn't.
Yeah, agreed. And then to hear that, you know, that Defense Force in Trinidad and Tobago have the fucking VAR. Put fucking VAR in all the English stadiums. Because it's not going away. That is a point he makes. I mean, we could bitch and moan about it all we want. It ain't going nowhere. It's staying, right? So just put it in all the professional stadiums.
Yeah.
And if a non-league side happens to come up and they're going to be hosting, guess what you're doing that week, FA? You're going in and you're fucking installing VAR, even if it's a temporary VAR or something of that nature, but you're doing it.
Right.
Period. Full stop.
I mean, you could probably really use like a Vivint or a Ring camera system to VAR things.
Yeah, not impossible.
And if it's a game selected for television, I mean, just watch the fucking TV highlights. Like, have them run it back for you.
Yeah.
You could foot the bill through the television companies as well. I mean, I'm sure they want to continue to broadcast your product.
They would love to. Yep, exactly.
And if you put that stipulation on it, fucking ESPN might finally drop it. And we could get it on a real network.
Very true. I would love that. I would
Which
love
would
that.
be great.
Which reminds me, I need to cancel my ESPN subscription for the rest of the way. I'll just go to a goddamn bar and watch them. Sorry, Russ.
What, for
FA
FA Cup? Why is that?
$12 fucking bucks. I don't feel like fucking spending.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
How much are you going to spend at the bar?
I'd rather spend 60 at the bar. Stop fucking with my logic, woman. You're the one who yelled at me for having it. You were like, we got hit with this subscription.
Do you have Disney?
No, we had.
We're going to have to, though, because Hulu and them are combining.
Yeah, so we had.
They're all owned by Disney before, but they're combining the apps. The problem is that they've all gotten wise to people sharing accounts. So I've recently had to get my own Disney Plus because it texted a code to my brother every time I wanted to fucking log in, which was annoying.
Yeah.
So they had a New Year's special. I got Disney, Hulu, and ESPN for like $31 a month total. So look into it. But it's a bundle package, and there's and then the problem is with that bundle, they don't have HBO. They do have Hulu, Disney, and HBO on a different bundle, but you'd have to do an HBO add-on for $11.
What if you just want Hulu and HBO?
I think you can create that bundle.
Yeah, that's all I want. I
think that exists.
I have nothing that the mouse offers me nothing.
Had Disney watched, the only thing I really liked was the first couple seasons of The Mandalorian, and that was it. Like,
Yeah.
I no real use for it.
Yep.
Yeah, we use it for the kids every day.
Got to with kids.
This is fucking thrilling, by the way, you guys. You know that. Right?
Sorry.
10 minutes in.
Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, we're going to take a step back in the Whiskey Advocate Top 20 because we finally got our hands on one of the bottles in market. It finally got here. So what are we drinking today,
Yes,
Mr.
it
Graham?
finally came in stock. It's one that my company sells. I sent to one of my store owners, and he sold it to me. So this is number 19. This is Ichiro's Malt and Grain. Comes in at 111 proof or 55.5% by volume. If you're keeping track, should run you about $90, which is accurate. Excuse me. It's a world blend, which doesn't really, it's not a legal thing, doesn't mean much. But I think we're going to figure out what that is.
I've got you in a moment. I can explain it for you.
I
Go
heard.
ahead.
They rated it a 94, and your blurb comes from Whiskey Advocate's very own Johnny McCormick. For this U.S. exclusive Chichibu distillery founder Ichiro Akuto married four 17-year-old whiskeys from Scotland, Ireland, the U.S., and Canada with 5-year-old Chichibu. This expression is peated, unlike his white label and blue label expressions. Vibrant aromas of satsuma, caramel, cola, and smoke show through. The rich palate offers malt, dark chocolate, black cherry, raisin, anise, and Dr. Pepper. finishing with clove and licorice, while water enhances the smoke, candied orange, and sweet chocolate.
So I'm familiar with the white label. The key thing you have to remember about Japan, which is very interesting what I'm about to say, because you think of a culture that is very set on rules and the way you do things, right? When it comes to whiskey, the rule book goes out the window. They can do all kinds of crazy shit. Have you heard the expression a teaspoon whiskey before?
No.
It's when you essentially buy a single malt from someone, but you can't call it a single malt because you bought it from them, right? You can only call it that place's single malt. So you open up the barrel and you put a teaspoon of some other whiskey in it. Still has all the characteristics of the single malt that came from that place, but you call it a teaspoon whiskey because you put another whiskey into it, right? Now, in the case of this, perfectly within the laws of Japan, to marry all types of whiskey from all around the world together and just call it a Japanese, we call it a world whiskey, but it's it's made in Japan, completely within the rules, totally allowed to be done. I will say I was not impressed with the white label at all. I did not like it one bit when I tried it, which is funny because Chichibu's single malt stuff is fucking phenomenal and also very, very hard to get. We're talking harder than like the Hibiki and like much harder than them because there's just such limited production of it, right? But it's really, really, really good stuff. They also have the this is all the same people who also like import Mars and all of that over to the United States as well. This is far more impressive than the white label.
It's
like I
very
said, the
good.
white label I did not like at all.
So we only got 2 cases in of this.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough to be watching the inventory when it showed up, and I sent Ben a bottle and bought it from him.
I was going to say, are there any even in inventory, or are they all already gone?
I haven't looked again since we got ours. I didn't care.
Well, because I would also imagine the supplier who handles this, the gal who works the market, is very, very good. So I would have a feeling she probably already had all 12 bottles sold and went, where did one of those go?
No,
in our glass. That's
you're gonna have to be quicker than that.
I love it. I love the cola notes to the nose. I love the cola, the Dr. Pepper notes to the taste. It definitely has a lot of that.
I get more chocolate black cherry and raisin than I do Dr. Pepper personally.
Okay,
but that may change when I water it.
Yeah, I just put it in over my cube as well. It is quite lovely.
It's delicious
really,
though.
really,
It's fucking it's awesome, and it's enough smoke that you know it's there, but it's not like beat you over the head.
Yeah, it's not Band-Aid Pete. It's just this nice little level of smoke, kind of like what we had last week, right? Just that nice soft level of smoke to it. It is exceptional. Mel, did you try it?
Yeah, I like it. It's the peat is very well balanced with the other flavors, and there's really a lot going on in this glass.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a Melissa Houston whiskey. There's a lot going on over there.
Right.
All right, Mr. Graham, what else do we always have to do?
Always remember to drink responsibly, ladies and gents.
No one wants to top the cunt.
Cash Patel did.
No shit.
So do I.
The title fight has been on a roller coaster, and this week it capped off with another one-sided North London derby. Arsenal 2, Wolverhampton 2, Manchester City 2, Newcastle 1, Arsenal 4, Tottenham 1. Gunners get out to 2-0 lead. Seems like everything's going to be A-OK at Wolverhampton, last place team in the league. Ooh, wait.
Yeah, it was fucked. It wasn't fun, that game. Cruising, early goal from Saka, ended the longest goal drought of his short career so far, of 16 games. And Hincapié scoring his first goal for the club. So, all positive signs, rolling, tons of possession, no issues. With so many games coming up, obviously we've had the The semifinals of the Carabao Cup were extra, right, fixtures. Luckily, didn't have anything with the Champions League playoffs, which is why this game was played. Is the final of the Carabao Cup coming up at the end of March pushed this game forward 5 weeks. I think we just simply looked past it. Is what it boiled down to. I think Arteta thought that we could just go ahead and manage the game and kind of possess the hell out of it and then kill it off without having to do too much work. And that obviously wasn't the case. Wolves had other plans. They are determined to not be the worst team in Premier League history, despite pretty much already being relegated.
Yeah.
And they smacked us on the chin. And one of the hardest things to do is once you take your foot off the gas in football, it's very hard to rechange tactics to get back onto the front foot. Yeah. And we just couldn't do it. We could not get out of our own way. There was some sloppy play here and there, but Wolves were up. And, you know, no matter who you are, where you are, unless you're Tottenham, apparently, your home stadium is what's going to give you some life in difficult moments. And they were well up for it. And it translated to the players, and they stayed on the front foot for most of the second half, and we couldn't wrestle control back from them.
It was almost like the whole place just kind of became one entity and went, we may be going down, but we're taking a fucking point off Arsenal today.
Yeah, we're going down together, and we're going to go down swinging. Yeah. So there's more to come from them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They're still not very good.
No. But I mean, they're now 1 point away from tying and 2 points away from not being the worst team. Have a feeling they will probably figure that out.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. And with what, 11 games or 12 games left or something? Yeah. I mean, you have to imagine they would.
And we'll talk about
11,
it
I think, for most teams.
They got a little hard done over the weekend, too. So they, you know.
Right.
You know, so it just, so for them, they had the tying point on the board this weekend, and it just kind of fell out of their hands.
But also the other piece to this was the really weird. Hugo Bueno's goal was excellent.
Yeah,
fine, good for him. The really weird miscommunication between Gabriel and David Raya. That was obviously at the forefront. They got up both blaming each other, essentially. But if you haven't seen it, Gabriel's backing in, about to head a ball away. Raya's coming out to Gabriel's back. They kind of collide. Nobody deals with it. Ball falls to whoever it was, Edozie, and he rifled the ball into the bottom corner, kind of via Calafiore's thigh, if you will.
Right.
Definitely on target, so not an own goal, but he hit it hard enough and well enough that Calafiore couldn't really deal with it. And that was basically all she wrote, because it was the 94th minute at that point.
Yep. Now, that sets the stage for Saturday and Manchester City to face Newcastle. Now, Newcastle...
And put loads of pressure on them.
Right. And Newcastle has never won at City, right? They've just been on a bad run of form. They play great against them at home, but
they have, City, but it's been like 15 years or something ridiculous.
But they are not in the modern day. Who is now City? Newcastle has had a tough go with them.
Correct.
And it was just set up for it to be okay. Well, here comes City with the Holland brace, and a Foden goal late to make it fucking 3-0.
Foden's lucky to stay on a pitch,
right? And just yes, I do agree with that. But when it ends up being fucking Nico O'Reilly with a brace, and then City's defense holding on for dear fucking life.
Well, they're actually quite lucky, because Dan Burn should have had a goal. He was pushed offsides.
Oh yeah,
by Ruben Diaz in an incident that was missed by VAR. They just ruled him offsides, but he was pushed into an offside position, which is specifically covered in the rules, laws of the game.
Right.
Where if you are helped along by the defense to be offsides, you're not offsides.
You're not offsides. Yeah.
So that should have at least been allowed to play out, and I think
the flag shouldn't have been up. VAR should have looked at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough. Newcastle did a lot in this game, though, to stay in it, and despite the loss, I think they can take some absolute positives from it.
Oh, I would definitely agree they can.
And really, it was City just taking advantage of two mistakes.
Yeah, agreed. Very
You
much
know,
agree.
I thought Newcastle played them pretty well. City didn't really create a shit ton for me. It's not like they played Newcastle off the park by any means. I thought Newcastle were well into this game.
Particularly in the second half, Newcastle was asking the questions, and City were on their heels. They were absolutely on their heels. So this was a game. Frankly, City was lucky to come away with all three on.
Yeah,
You
and-
felt like that should have probably been a draw.
After the Dan Burn fake equalizer, the rest of the game was pretty exciting in terms of atmosphere, in terms of like, you know, the football that was played up until the final third, but most of the chances towards the end of the game were relatively tame and pretty easy for Donnarumma to clean up and take care of. But you know, that set the stage for the North London Derby, right? That's okay. Arsenal ball's in your fucking court, right?
Yep. You end it, and it is now a 2-point lead, and all of City is fired up. Even Pep was fired up, which you don't typically tend to see out of Pep.
Yeah, and also you don't really get a lot of shit talking out of Pep, right? You get him doing weird shit like coaching the other team's players. You get odd things like him stopping in the park to correct the technique of a 7-year-old who's kicking the ball with his father.
Right.
You get a lot of weird shit out of Pep, but you typically don't get shit talk.
No.
And I thought Manchester City's post on Twitter was very funny. They had, you know, their dressing room is shaped in a half moon like most home dressing rooms are. So every player can see the tactics board and the chalkboard and the dry erase and see the manager and make eye contact and do all that stuff, where the away dressing rooms are shaped in a square. Some people might not be able to see what's going on. A lot of them also have very high tables in the middle.
Right.
Famously at the Emirates, which I've been in those changing rooms, Arsene Wenger specifically requested that. Arsenal's big, well-lit, rounded half moon. The away dressing room is small. It's a square. They don't have lockers. They've got hooks just on the wall. Where Arsenal's, they each have like everybody's seen a Major League Baseball dressing room, right?
Yes.
They've all got just like cubbies, right? That's how it's not like a locker. But so all the players are sat around the half moon in their respective spots, and Haaland is in the middle in a folding chair with his hair down, and Pep standing behind him with a pair of scissors, and the caption was "Time for a trim, 5 wins in a row, check mark," making fun of Manchester United and the United Strand, obviously, which is fan-fucking-tastic.
Fucking hysterical.
It might have been AI, don't care.
No.
Very funny. Don't ruin it for me. Leave me alone.
And like you said, that led us right into the North London Derby. Now, Sam, I want to tell you, this is just a personal thing here, is I want my friend, his team, to win the title because I want to see my friend experience that joy as an adult, right? You're having you don't it doesn't happen often. I'd say for you, it's like
I just turned 18.
the Nationals winning, right? That's really the only adult. The Caps.
No, the Caps, yeah. I mean, I still enjoyed it because I still am a DC sports fan, period. And I watched all of it.
But so I want my friend to win a title.
This title might give me a heart attack, though.
I don't want Arsenal to win it. Your fan base is unbearable. Your team's unlikable. Like, I mean, it just God. And then the nitpicky, oh, look at the way City's celebrating. Do you not think for a second, you fucking idiot gooners, that maybe they're having a goat? Maybe they're fucking with you? Like, maybe they're bitching about how you celebrate to fucking get in y'all's brains? Like, I want you to fucking win, but fuck, your club makes it hard for me to root for you.
First off, Liverpool started that shit a couple of seasons ago about the over-celebrating stuff. We only say it because the rest of the league jumped on board and was like, oh, yeah, they're a bunch of pansies over there that don't win things.
Do you ever think they do it because they realize they get the goat of Arsenal
but
TV?
the same way that you do it when Liverpool does shit, we call them out for it.
It's...
And we call them out again and again. I don't know how you can't like this Arsenal team.
it's the fucking overall supporter base. I just don't
Yeah,
like.
but everyone's supporter base is shit.
It just, dude.
Everyone's supporter base is shit. Everyone makes excuses. Everyone bullshits. Everyone wears, whenever they post something, they wear their team's color tinted glasses
And frankly,
to do
the
so.
way your team epically bottles it all the fucking time. Like, all the fucking time. And then I'm like, fuck, they're going to fucking
Sorry,
do it
we're
again.
trying to make it fun.
Again, I am rooting for you.
Sorry, we're
very
trying to
much,
make it
Sam,
fun.
but
We
your
have
club
3
makes it-
kids from the academy in our team, right? We're doing it the right way.
I understand why there are so many people that hate your club. Yeah, I get it. I fucking get it. I don't care. I want my boy to win a fucking title.
I
right?
appreciate it.
But
I think-
goddamn, y'all make it hard.
I don't think we do.
Now, that being said, 2 very interesting things before the match. First, Arteta goes, you know what? Motherfucker scored 3. I'm going to put him in the starting lineup, even though he hasn't scored it all. Eza gets the start.
Hasn't scored at all is one thing. Hasn't had a shot on target since that hat trick.
Wow.
It goes even deeper. Hasn't even had a shot on target since that hat trick in the league.
Now,
He might have had one against Wigan, but that was FA Cup.
here's a
And they were shit.
interesting new manager bump. Igor Tudor on the fucking pitch, like intense on the fucking warm-ups, making Spurs like practice fucking set pieces, like not the normal we're jogging around, we're doing a couple of quick touches, we're getting
Over
the
the
legs
cones
loose.
and-
no,
yeah.
he's fucking holding a whole fucking
Training
practice
session,
and
yeah.
warm-ups.
He is weird, that.
I'm like, what the fuck are
It's
they
fucking
doing?
weird, that. And still got done on one.
But you know, I would say the atmosphere was up, all things considered, for how bad it's going at Tottenham right now. The stadium was up for it. It didn't feel like a black cloud over it. It was like, oh, we're ready for fucking Arsenal today.
Yeah,
We're
but
gonna
it
get
was
'em.
always going to be that way regardless. I did love the Arsenal supporters had a bunch of like dolls with Thomas Frank's face, like Arsenal dressed dolls with Thomas Frank's face taped to the face of it, holding them up. That was good.
waving them around.
But no, I mean the derby's always going to be that way. You're always going to be up
course.
for it. It's in your building. You're always going to try to lift the team and intimidate the opposition. You know, it helps that they got a new manager in because things were so sour with Thomas Frank. One rumor I've heard is the Crystal Palace board want Thomas Frank so badly that they're probably going to sack Ollie Glasner. This is a rumor that I've heard. Sack Ollie Glasner to get Thomas Frank in. I think within 2 to 3 weeks, Palace and Spurs play.
That would be too funny.
Get him in quick, and then he can improve his own record at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with Crystal Palace.
While
I think it'd be fucking fantastic. But this was the start of the game was back and forth for about 6 minutes, right? And then Arsenal wrestled control away from Tottenham. Period. We were always going to. We've been saying it for weeks. A lot of people have pointed it out in proper punditry over the course of the season. They don't have a ball carrying midfielder, so relieving that pressure is typically a long ball or a diagonal pass across field that our defense is very capable of dealing with. So it's very hard to get any sort of foothold against us. We dominated that possession, and that was obviously paid off eventually through Eberechi Eze with a fantastic piece of athleticism. My foot hasn't been that high over my head in probably 15 years when he put that ball in. But it was a good cutback. It was a good piece of a good footballing move to get to that point. And the cutback was excellent. Ball obviously sat up a little too high for him, but he was able to deal with it, and he scored.
But then another uncharacteristic mistake from a person you wouldn't expect it
Declan
from.
Rice.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it was right after he was like, "All right, boys, heads in the game, heads in the game."
And then you saw here's the
not in the game.
But the character of the man, right? He does all this post as his goal, right? Keep your fucking heads, Bob. He's jeering everybody up, doing this, that, the other. He immediately, when that ball went in, immediately patted his chest and held his hands up.
Mm-hmm.
It's my fault. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Correct. You all are absolutely right.
Yep.
Don't have a go.
I fucked this one off.
But like, here's some of the shit, right? So like Jason Cundy and a couple of guys on Talk Sport, a few of them support Tottenham. Whatever, fine. I generally think they're all good broadcasters. Like they're all fine. I enjoy listening to them and everything else. But there was an article that came out where one of them suggested, I can't remember who exactly it was, one of them suggested that Declan Rice should be really pissed off at Bukayo Saka's new deal.
Why?
And asked to leave in the summer because Saka became the club's highest paid player at $300,000 a week.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. He said if I was his agent, I'd be storming because they're trying to hurt us. They're trying to create a media storm out of fucking nothing. Declan Rice has a long-term deal penned at the moment. Saka was going into his last 2 years.
Right.
You got to get that deal done first. Declan Rice's time will come.
Well, and also typically, if you, like in the case of Declan Rice, he came over, got penned the big deal. You're not even halfway through that deal. Of course, the next guy, big guy that gets signed is going to make more money than you. That's just sports in general. You see that all the time.
Right. And Bukayo Saka scores more goals than Declan Rice does as well. And he's a Hale End product.
Right.
He's a product of our academy.
Right.
You need him to stay for the soul of the club. Right?
Agreed.
That when Curtis Jones goes, right, there will not be a single Scouser left in the Liverpool squad. Mm-hmm. And all signs point to he might be leaving in the summer because he wants regular playing time.
Exactly.
So, like, this is where I say, like, all these things about my team are fucking overblown a bit. And there's a lot of noise surrounding it because everybody's mad at their own people, and they're mad at us doing things the right way.
Okay.
City's got 116 charges hanging over their head.
Nope.
Our finances are in order.
Not wrong.
Right? We've got 3 academy, 2 graduates, Miles Lewis Skelly and Bukayo Saka. And then Eza, who was in our academy until 13. Now, granted, yes, we did fuck him off, but he is one of our own. He did come back home. Yeah? So we've got 3 academy people in our team regularly. What other Premier League team can really say that?
You ever think that pedestal you stand on is why everybody fucking thinks you're a bunch of fucking cunts?
Good. Go ahead.
Just
Go ahead.
saying.
Arteta hasn't complained about the wind.
Now, yes, very true.
Well, it was windy like crazy. People love when I talk about the wind,
Fuck
but
off.
it was windy and it's not good for football. And so we had really to work hard.
Odegaard honored that photographer against them. Remember? Oh, they're over celebrating. Odegaard's taking pictures with the. Fuck you, man. That dude was retiring after 40 years working for the club. He was having a good time with him. Just, that kind of shit is just fuck off.
Second half, all Gunners.
Well, hold on, but you got to talk about the immediate equalizer, right?
Yeah, it was.
Great goal from Kolo Muani, who has had a torrid time as a Tottenham center forward, right? He reacts well to the mistake. He gets himself a yard of space, and he gets the goal. And I was, oh, shit, they're actually up for this. They're actually in this game, right? The rest of the half was a touch tetchy.
Oh, absolutely was.
To be honest. From where I was sat, at least, I was a bit nervous. And then, as you say, like, all right, hopefully, and you saw my halftime check-in.
Yep.
You know, hopefully the second half we can wrestle control back. We could do what we do. And that took all of 2 minutes and 30 fucking seconds.
So the second half is all Arsenal. Now, I will say there is an argument to be made that it should have been 2-2. That was soft as fuck with Gabriel.
So
soft.
So, first, Gyökeres with an absolute banger,
Oh, yeah.
right? Gyökeres gets off the board here, which he hasn't done for a wee while in open play. In the league, obviously scored in the Champions League a couple times. Fucking great bit of forward play, got himself some space, did it mostly himself, bouncing off Dragusin, who they had a great battle all game. I loved everything about that. That's the type of shit that I enjoyed as a center back. Was that physical fucking we're wrestling today, motherfucker. I loved watching that. It was absolutely fantastic. Tottenham don't let it get them down again.
Go right.
They go right back at him. Is it a foul? Probably, because middle of the back, full extension. You gave the referee a decision to make. It's the common old trope. Did Gabriel make the absolute most of it? 100%.
Yes.
Is he going to win a BAFTA? No, I don't think it was a dive. Right? He's not getting an Oscar for that.
Right.
But it was borderline a dive for sure. There was contact, and
He sold the fuck out.
when you're jumping, it's just like when you're running. A little tug on your wrist can send you completely off kilter and you fucking go down.
Yes.
So it doesn't need much. And he was beginning to jump, but he absolutely felt it and did it on purpose. Yeah. I'm with you. It would have hindered his ability to make contact with the ball. I completely agree with that. But going down and all that shit, no way.
But after that got called back, that's when you could see the life go out of Spurs. That's
the moment
when it did it.
That's the moment
when it happened. And then after that point, like I said, then it was just all Gunners.
It was all Arsenal.
All Gunners.
It was all Arsenal.
And obviously Eza gets his second of the match.
But that was all made from Gyökeres as well. And this was the
very good day for Gyökeres.
This was the brilliance of that. Again, another physical battle with Dragusin, holding him off, doing this, and just gets that little touch off the outside of his boot to send Eza away. And Eza picks Saka out. Saka has the hit. It deflects off somebody. Got a little fortunate with it coming off of Paulinho's heel, right? Excuse me. And then you had Eza on the spot following the play to tuck home again. And it was absolutely fantastic.
I wonder if the Gunners are starting to figure out that you need to play this guy into the space and let him run onto the ball, because that's what he did in the championship. That's what he did in Portugal. That's how he scored goals, was the bumping and physical and running onto a ball. And,
yeah, but I don't think he's fast enough for the Premier League to run those channels. I think he needs to already be engaged and use his physicality to gain that half a yard to be able to run onto things.
Because that's also certainly what he did with his second goal when he got his brace, was just
exactly
push the kid Gray right off.
Oh yeah, I mean he looked like a wet. I actually wrote something about it. He pushed him off like a wet noodle. just
out the way.
Yeah, get off me, son. Goal and stoppage time, obviously. Yeah. I missed a real money bet on my own accord outside of the show by one corner kick.
Oh, that's
because we didn't have to go waste time, so we didn't, which was annoying. Right. And Spurs were so deflated they didn't press us.
So
we just passed the ball around and the game was over.
Saw it out.
Yep. Really annoyed.
And then
$5 to win $72.04 fucking cents.
Would have been nice. Now, whistle blows, the lead is back to 5.
But City do have a game in hand.
Yeah. Yes, of course. But you also know this is all leading up to the next 5 matches, and that 5th match is the match where you two play each other. And it's interesting because for the most part, the other 4 matches, 3 of them are relatively easy, should-win matches. But wedged in there, first you play them, and then right before they play you, both of you guys play Chelsea, which is an interesting proposition there.
It is. And Chelsea are a bit of a weird one. It seems to be that their new manager bump is done. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Obviously, some more pitiful decision making in that game from one of their players saw them sent off, which is a welcome bonus for us that he won't be available for the game.
Exactly.
Obviously, but this is what they say. You'd rather have the points on the board, right? We got a point against Wolves. Against Wolves, fine. It keeps us with a chance to have it in our own hands. Essentially, if we went out, we win the league still, right? We play City. The problem is they have that same opportunity, right? If they went out, they win the league because we play each other. So it's all going to boil down to that game in early May or mid-April rather, against each other. I think. City are not bulletproof though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they still have Holland is back, not amongst the goals.
No, yeah, he did not look at all for it that match.
Right, they got kind of lucky against Newcastle with Nico O'Reilly stepping up to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, Nick Pope was in good form. We'll see how the next couple of weeks go for them, but the title race isn't over. The title race is well and truly on, and it's gonna be fun to watch as an entertainment spectacle, whichever side of it I come out on.
All right, so Mr. Graham, wrap it up for us. What are your thoughts on the North London Derby and 2 4-1 victories?
We've had a really difficult couple of weeks, obviously, you know, over the last few games, but it's one of those, you know, Dr. Spurs, man, Dr. Feel Good. Whenever you have something bad, it's all you need. And I think I'll let the Arsenal supporters say it themselves. Fuck off, Tottenham. I'm a goner now.
Turning our attention to the bottom of the table, as a battle for survival seems to be a 2-team race. Well, I mean, maybe Spurs are in it now.
Well, Spurs are in it. They're only 4 points above the drop.
West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1, Forest 0. This match was quite crazy for being a 0-0. 30 combined shots. Now,
I would say it was
only 6 were on goal, but there were 30 fucking shots. The two teams they decided
they were trying.
They were going to have a go.
They just weren't very good at it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I will say this as a premise real quick. Tottenham are well and truly in this relegation battle, right? If you look at, we talk about Forest and we talk about West Ham. Failed signings. What are the markers of a team that's potentially going down? Signings that fail time and time again, right? All 3 of those teams have that. Cycling through managers like it's going out of style. All 3 of those teams have that. So do Bournemouth, so do Wolves, right? And they're down.
Burnley and Wolves.
Or what did I say? Bournemouth?
You
I'm
said
sorry.
Burnley,
Burnley, right? All 3 of these teams have that. Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, and West Ham.
Yeah.
Toxicity in your home building. West Ham seemed to have rectified that a bit. The other 2 teams, well, the City Ground is still a place where people want to go.
Yeah.
But, you know, they have 2 to 3 of the 4 or 5 traditional markers of a club that's going to get relegated. And Tottenham seem to be satisfying most of those things. And they're only 4 points above the drop, and I believe they have to play both of those teams in the run-in. So they are in a relegation battle.
And they have to play Leeds as well.
And their fucking goal difference is dreadful.
Yep.
Anyway, back to... it's a good point for West Ham. Bournemouth are not far away from the European spots.
Yeah.
They've been on a decent run of form after they adjusted to Semenyo not being there. And Ryan has come on absolutely phenomenally.
Phenomenal.
Signed from Vasco da Gama in January as a replacement for Semenyo. And this teenager has just taken to life on the South Coast like it's going out of style, right? Just couldn't sneak one in today.
That was something the commentators were talking about, like, oh, the big matchups that West Ham has coming up, they have to get all 3. They have to get all 3 today. And it's like, I said in my halftime check, and I was like, you just got to get 1. Don't lose all 3.
Right.
Get a point. Just make it a little bit closer, right? Because also, in any team that you've ever seen survive, and the example I'll use is the one that's most recent in my memory, which is Everton, them winning games they had no business winning at home. Them beating Man United 1-0 or Chelsea 1-0 on the back of Pickford standing on his fucking head in the net, right? Like... So to say, oh, well, West Ham has a really tough schedule, fuck off. If you're getting, get a point. That, you just got the point against United, which, yeah, you lost it at the very last moment. It could have been 3. Fine. But then you get this point, and you get another fucking point. And you just need them in front of you to drop points.
Right.
Which at the rate they're going to. Just so for me, like, I'm with you. This was a very good point for West Ham.
100%.
Even though the pundits seem to be like, oh, they had to win that one.
I think it was one of their better opportunities to get 3 points, so it can feel disappointing.
Of course.
But with the way Bournemouth have been strutting their stuff the last couple of weeks, any point on the board in the situation you're in is a good point, especially with the inconsistency of Nottingham Forest over the season. Obviously, we only had the Europa League game as a sample size under Vitor Pereira so far.
But also the way that game was going so back and forth, completely plausible that Bournemouth, hit a smash and grab and walked out 1-0 winners. So, like, just take the fucking point. It's okay, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, so moving on to I will say the one last thing I want to say about this is West Ham looked like a team trying to survive. I haven't seen that out of them until these last 2 weeks, where they're looking like
the last 2 or 3 games.
They want to stay. The players and I'm gonna.
They're finally clicking. They're finally buying in. I think part of it was finally getting rid of Paquetá.
I'm gonna beat a dead horse, and that's exactly what I'm like. I think it was probably getting rid of Paquetá. Like, I mean, he was a good player and a good player for him, but it just seemed like he had this like Eeyore attitude that just kind of seemed to just seep into the rest of the fucking side and was just bringing everyone down.
Absolutely. And the recent rise of Crescencio Somerville, back to the player that we loved watching at Leeds.
Absolutely.
Has been excellent to see. I mean, he's really taken the game by the scruff of the neck these last few weeks and been West Ham's catalyst.
So shit you should never say as a manager. Well, I've never lost in my first match with a new team.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Vitor? Don't say that shit.
Yeah. I mean, Forest rather look better because Vitor does know how to hold down a defense.
Right.
But he also lets the attacking players play, which Sean Dyche does not do.
Right. Dyche handcuffs those guys.
Right. Forest were dominant for most of this game, really. But everything between both teams seemed to break down as soon as they entered the final third. Allison was forced into a couple of saves here or there. Nothing like too terribly brilliant that he had to do. Same thing for Ortega Moreno. Not a lot to do, really, in terms of clear-cut, amazing saves.
Here's what's weird. I think the goal they called back was a goal, and I think the goal that they allowed be a goal was actually should have been called back. I felt like the offside was a makeup for the handball, right?
Yeah.
But here's the key thing to recognize in both of those plays. It was late in the match, and you could see why Vitor was so animated. It was late in the match, and both of those goals were results of bad mistakes out of the defensive Forest out of the back. Like, really bad errors. Like, you think of that ball that went off of McAllister's elbow, which it did go off his elbow, but I don't think it was like he went, ooh, he just hit his fucking elbow.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Accidental handballs that directly result in goals. Like, if you kick it against me, right, and my hand's in a natural position, which his was, and you score it, is different. If you kick it off me and my arm and it drops to my foot and I score it, it's a problem. And that's expressly written in the rules now, which is ridiculous.
But in this one, it was kicked off of McAllister, rebounded into the like he was just
the handball directed. Was a direct result. The goal was a direct result of a handball. Period. It doesn't matter if it's accidental or not. It's annoying. It's stupid. I agree.
But also in that situation,
but that is in the rules now.
Was it Anana, the defender who didn't clear, who all he had to do was put a header on it, right? And just head it and get it up. Instead, lets it fall to his foot to do a big, long clear, which there's a bunch of fuckers in the box. Like, you're begging for that to not get
stupid decision.
Just head it sideways, get it down the goal line, and then figure it out.
Right.
Where he's letting it fall to his feet inside the fucking goal box. Like, you're deserved to be scored on in that situation.
Right.
Like I said, for me, it felt like the handball should have been the goal and the offside shouldn't have been.
I completely understand
because I felt like the offsides was actually offsides.
I understand that feeling 100%.
Yeah, but now we are to a point where.
But the other thing is the second goal. The time added on was because of the VAR check for the first goal. Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason they had the time to do it.
Yep,
is another thing.
And for
and then the scenes of celebration were disgraceful, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I see what you're doing there. But the thing there is now somehow Liverpool are right in the thick of the Champions League discussion, right? Because Chelsea,
well, it's going to come down to Manchester United, Liverpool, or
Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah.
No. And
I think Chelsea are the worst poised to do it, by the way.
Agreed. Well, I mean, they have to play the two at the top, and I think those are points dropped. I do. I think we're hitting a point with just a quick direction back to you two. I think the two of you are running your tables. The worst you're going to do is draw.
Yeah. So my thing about Arsenal is I actually don't know that I would mind if we ceded first spot to Manchester City this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
If we got a point, the worst they could do is draw us. Now, I think we might have a better goal differential by just a couple. Mm-hmm. But if we lose to Chelsea for whatever reason and they win, they're only a point above us. We were way better chasing than we are maintaining a lead.
Fair enough.
And we have to play them still. So it would still be in our hands. You know what I'm saying? And I think that might be the key. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Not the key. I don't want it to happen. I want us to just stroll, but
well, now we find the lead for safety for Forest is now only 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
Rounding out the rest of the league, and so that happened. Leeds 1, Villa 1, Burnley 1, Chelsea 1, Brighton 2, Brentford 0, Fulham 3, Sunderland 1, Palace 1, Wolverhampton 0, Manchester United 1, Everton 0. These are all going to be very quick to go through. Leeds absolutely dominated the game.
We always talk
far and away the better team.
We always talk about Leeds' home form. They were great value in this game. They were excellent away for one of the first times in a while, besides Chelsea, really. Mm-hmm. When they played Chelsea away from home, they were excellent. And then they played this one, which was fantastic.
Now, here's my question to you.
Phenomenal free kick from Anton Stack. That has to be said.
So that's what I was about to say. It was a phenomenal free kick from him, but do you feel like Emmy kind of went, go ahead and go for it there, stud?
Well,
like,
he was
I felt
cheating.
like he kind of gave him that chance.
I don't think he was expecting him to shoot at all. I think the way he was lined up, the way the Leeds players were lined up on the other side of the box, it looked like a cross was coming in.
Yeah.
When he saw him in that position, I think is when he decided to shoot. Because if you look in the build up to the free kick, 3 or 4 players are around him. They're all covering their mouths to, we'll do this, go that way, so the Villa players can't see or hear what they're talking about.
Right.
So it looked like they were setting something up from the training ground. We're gonna do fucking gold B95 too. That we're gonna do that, run that play right now. You know what I'm saying? And he looked up, and Emmy's just like, "Here you go,
go for it."
And he went, "Oh shit."
And went for it. Yeah.
But he still disguised it as if he was going to cross the ball.
Yep.
It was excellent.
Yep.
It was excellent.
Yeah. Again, an amazing shot by him. I put a little bit of that on Emmy though.
Yeah. 100%.
You can't.
I mean, he put it in a spot, but Emmy gave him the whole goal to shoot at.
You gave him all the reason to do it. And of course, Villa equalized late, but
what an agonizing thing for the Leeds defense, right? Dominic Calvert-Lewin is the covering defender on that post, jumps, and that ball had to graze his forehead. he missed it by the length of a bee's dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was so fucking close to him clearing that onto the crossbar and having a chance to clear that out.
Yep.
But what a fucking phenomenal reaction from Tammy Abraham to be able to get to that ball and be the quickest to react. I mean, he's super sharp since he signed for Villa again.
And 1 point's just not going to do it. It feels like Villa's starting to slip out of the title hunt.
They're out of the title hunt, in my opinion, altogether. I think all of us, us in City, all of us at the top,
Right.
are about to go on a streak.
Yeah.
We very quickly, one little asterisk that I forgot to mention. I think all these little stupid kind of injuries that keep Saka, Odegaard, Calafiori, everybody's been out for 1 or 2 games, right? That has fucked with our chemistry.
Okay.
It's not a long-term injury. Madueke's in. We have a new chemistry.
Right.
It's Saka's out for 2 games, then comes back. Right. That's been a big problem. Forgot to mention that. But with Villa, they still don't have the squad depth. The injuries that they've suffered in their midfield have really fucked with them over the last month. Right?
Very much so.
They've lost pretty much their entire starting midfield besides Onana.
Yeah.
And he was out for
hurt,
some time.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They need to be worried about United catching them with this new manager bounce that they've had. They need to be worried about Liverpool finding some semblance of form again. Ultimately, I think Villa will finish third.
I tend to agree.
But they need to look over their shoulder and be worried.
Yep. Game should have been over. Game should have been won. The game, like Chelsea were.
They should have been up 6-0.
And yet they weren't. And then they do what they've done for the last 2 years.
They were up 1-0 inside 3 minutes.
They figure out a way to get a stupid sending off. It's been 2 years now of just watching them get these dumb red cards or second yellows and just dumb sending offs.
I mean, that's been a staple of the season. Right before Maresca was let go, they were on a run of what? They had 6 red cards in like 9 games or something ridiculous.
Maresca.
And, well, I think he was the 7th. I'm talking about just playing staff.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's absurd.
Yeah.
It's absolutely absurd.
And not only did they lose 2 points, they almost lost all 3. Like, that header right at the end was fucking close.
Oh, very close. Did you hear Liam Rossinier after the match? It was very funny. He's such a nerd. He says, the reason Fleming scored was because of a missed marking assignment. Now, I'm not going to call the player out that was supposed to be marking him, of course. I'll deal with that during the week in training. But there was a missed assignment. There was a player supposed to be marking him. Well, we can just look and at least narrow it down to 2, can't we?
Yes.
The video's there. We can just go watch it, see who's got 2 guys on him.
And go,
oh, one of them 2 cunts was supposed to be on that guy. So, I mean, you're not really doing much by saying that. You are throwing the players under the bus by saying that.
Right. Just say, we have things to work on the training ground.
That's all you got to say. Yeah.
Like, that's all.
Very funny.
Now,
but Chelsea love doing that, man. They love finding a way to fuck things up.
Really not a ton to say. Yes.
I'm sorry. Hannibal and Wesley Fofana, after the match, were racially abused online.
Oh, that's not cool.
No, not at all. Hannibal, both of which were probably from Chelsea supporters. Hannibal for having a hand in what was happening that saw Chelsea's dropping points. But Wesley Fofana for being dumb enough to get the red card. Right. And fair dues, call him an idiot because it was a stupid move. You got booked twice in 5 minutes or so. That is idiotic. Well done. But his skin color has nothing to fucking do with it.
Exactly.
So don't do that.
Yeah. Pretty simple.
But yeah, hopefully the necessary authorities will do their due diligence and take those supporters don't even want to call them supporters, really. Take those people that happen to like Chelsea and fuck them off properly from attending games.
So Brighton and Brentford did the exact opposite of what I thought, because it was at Brentford and Brighton's been on kind of scattered form. And you kind of figured this would be Brentford would win 2-0. Mm-hmm. Instead, Brighton won 2-0. It was just a very odd game. Very, very odd game.
It was really strange. For the opening goal was really, really weird, right? You had the first chance that a game fell to Lewis Dunk, and then Verbruggen made a huge mistake on the other end, right? Or not for the goal, but the it's just these aren't sentences we say all the time,
right?
Lewis Dunk should have scored,
right?
Why would you ever say that? And then Verbruggen doesn't make very many mistakes on his own accord. Like, it was just the game started off weird. Matoma had a good chance, should have scored. Brighton's left back, Kadioglu, crashed off the bar. Diego Gomez finally gets the goal for Brighton. Danny Welbeck doubles the lead after Nathan Collins made a mistake. Also not something we say very often.
Right.
It's so strange, man.
Just
this game
match.
was really weird.
It was an odd match.
Nathan Collins tried this really weird kind of heel clearance as he was running at full pelt. It's quite strange. Welbeck was already bearing down on him, which I guess is why he felt he needed to touch the ball. But all he had to do was stop running and the ball would have hit him instead of trying this weird pirouette thing. I like to call that. This is one for our boy Rob and my dad friends that I played Rocket League with. We like to call that a panicking Skywalker. When
Very
you
good.
do something like that. Yeah.
Very good. I like that one. That's
Thank
a very
you.
good one.
Panicking Skywalker is what Nathan Collins
I
was
want to
there.
roll through these last.
Lovely.
I want to roll through these last four. We're already at an hour. Fulham are back in the top 10. They really looked impressive. I know it's quick for us to just say, "Oh, Sunderland, it's not having Xhaka." We've made that point enough, I think. I think there's something else to be said about it.
Xhaka did play in this game finally, though.
I will say, I think some things that need to be brought up for Sunderland is, I don't think the league was ready for the style they were going to play. I think they were a little surprised. I don't think they expected the Stadium of Light to be such a fortress that it absolutely was. I would also say I think the league's kind of figured them out a little.
A little.
You know, they're going to be safe. We know they're going to be safe, but this isn't a team where we're going to be like, oh, they're going to be in 7th place like we were thinking a few months ago.
I might put this one down to a lot has been made about the big boys not winning at the Stadium of Light and all this kind of stuff. There are going to be a couple of big jobs open in the summer. Do we not think for 1 second that Marco Silva doesn't have that noted?
And gone, oh, well,
You couldn't win there. You couldn't win there. Your manager couldn't win there. Look what I did.
Yeah. Oh, and we know this of Marco too. Like, he'll build up a big game, and when he builds up a big game, he's
Fulham
kind of
respond.
he's kind of unstoppable on the touchline. He gets a song out of his team, and that could very well be the case here. Be like,
But
hey, well,
home
nobody
against
wins.
Palace, they play like dog shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's this stat out there that the Big Six haven't done anything at the Stadium of Light. Oh, my God. And he goes, well, fuck, I want a Big Six job.
Yeah, lose.
Well, I'm going to get my boys up for this.
Yeah, lose to Everton.
Exactly. You know, the week they play I don't know this for sure, but, seemingly the week they play Palace, he gives his team 3 days off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He completely overlooks a game because it's an unfancied fixture. But that's just me. Why does it always feel like Calvin Bassey's pants are falling down?
It really does,
He
doesn't it?
needs to. I saw his ass at least 3 times yesterday. Now, in his underpants, but
Gotta get those shorts up there a little bit, buddy.
use the drawstring, mate.
Drawstrings there for a reason.
Use the
Exactly.
drawstring.
Palace and Wolves. This whole game changes because of the sending off.
Absolutely
You
does.
know? And obviously the Henderson saving a PK and things of that.
There was nobody more disappointed in the ground than Oliver Glasner. If they had lost this game or tied this game, I think he would have been fired.
Yeah, he was not. He was.
Why'd you save that? I want to leave.
Yeah,
I won't resign because I want my payout.
Right. I'm gonna make them fire me for fuck's sakes. But I mean, for the sending off,
He almost went over to the Wolves supporters and apologized.
yeah, I'm so glad to see that the referees had the courage to go back and send somebody off for kicking the ball away. Good on you.
Oh, well done. Yeah.
In the Wolves Palace match, that's when we showed the courage to fucking hand that second yellow out.
Will Hughes did get a yellow very early on, but it was probably because it was actually sunny for the first time in about 45 days.
Yeah, and that's pretty tough on old Will Hughes.
In London.
On
Yeah.
old Casper.
Well, the referee couldn't see him because he's so pale. The sun was reflecting off of his terrible white skin.
Yeah, very true.
And the referee couldn't see him apologize to the Wolves player that he tackled.
Oh, he
becomes transparent in sunlight.
Yes, I get that. But unfortunately, Wolves have the sending off, ultimately, give up the goal. And I feel like that goal is, Gusan scores that goal because he's kind of open.
Good cross.
If there's an extra guy on the pitch,
Probably not
open.
Unless he missed an assignment.
It felt like, yes, true. It felt like that should have been a 0-0. And then
it probably should have been.
And Wolves should have drawn even to the worst record of all time.
It was, however, a very good cross from Tyreek Mitchell. Sorry.
So since Carrick has joined Manchester United, they are on 5 wins and 1 draw. They're fucking rolling, right? And
problem is the draw was in the middle of the 5 wins,
right, so
and the guy can't cut his hair.
Yeah. This was.
I love this has become a side circus. It's brilliant.
What happened to United at Old Trafford by Everton is what happened to Everton at the Hill Dickinson by United. It was. Everton were really pushing the narrative. The first half was pretty much a lot of United, but United created nothing with it. Very kind of swarming, attacking defense out of Everton, winning a lot of balls in the middle of the field, just not knowing what to do with them once they won them, right? But late on, 70th minute, they're pushing. And credit Mateus Cunha played his ass off and played a fuck ton of defense, which is not words we say about Mateus Cunha.
A lot, yeah.
He was back deep, gets the ball, launches it long onto Mbeumo, who's going one-on-one with Keane, which is a perfect matchup for Mbeumo, right? Keane's backpedaling, not able to really set himself to block off a ball that's going to come across to Sesko, who Sesko gets it in the middle of the box by himself. Tarkovsky's coming on at the end, but Tarkovsky was pushed up and curves it around Pickford and makes it 1-0. And then they just uglied up the game, kind of like the same way Everton uglied up the game.
Tends to do to them, really, because you've been a bit of a bogey team for United in recent years.
There was certainly, I don't think anything really deserving in the win for United. It felt like that game should have been a draw. Here's a crazy ass fact for you, Mr. Graham, as I do my shot on Malort, is Everton had 12 corner kicks to United's 1.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That's
shows attacking intent on it.
If I had told you one team had 12 corner kicks and one team had 1, 10 times out of 10, you would have gone, oh, United had 12 corner. Like,
probably, yeah.
No, it was fucking Everton.
That's interesting. That.
So for Everton, Barry's starting to fall out of form again, and Beto isn't doing so. The shouts for like, we need to figure out who's going to score goals for us is starting to become louder.
Here we go.
Again, yeah.
A tale as old as time. This.
Yep, that's
who's scoring goals for Everton. No one knows.
So that's why I'm do this shot of.
You can spend $75 million to get Dominic Calvert-Lewin back in the summer.
Yeah, and pay him $150 a week.
At least,
sure thing.
He's deserving of more than that.
Sure,
by my calculations.
Sure money.
I'm only up $801 now. Since I lost again. As soon as the Wolves game finished, it was finished for me. So I'm now only up 801, but I am still up, which is all that matters. What is going on in your world, Mr. Houston?
Well, mine ended on my first match as Chelsea didn't win and there wasn't over 2.5 goals.
Nice.
And then Liverpool promptly turned around and did the same thing. They won, but they didn't get over 2.5 goals. You and Spurs obliged over 2.5, and you won.
You're welcome.
Fucking City and Newcastle obliged. City won over 2.5 goals, and both teams scored, but the other parts didn't happen. So
yeah, it is what it is.
I am down $782.
Oof.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
This is going to make Mel excited. Did you know 8% of the time it works 100%
Oh,
of the
flat
time?
number. Yeah,
Flat
nice.
numbers, baby.
Nice.
nice and easy.
I like that.
All right. I am not going to do a
9-way parlay.
because this bet is stupid, but the odds are even more stupid. I am taking 3 draws. Sunderland at Bournemouth, Brentford at Burnley, and I'm feeling froggy. City and Leeds. If all 3 hit, plus $6,190, my friend.
3 draws.
3 draws.
That's what a wet blanket of a bet.
And if it hits, it'll make you so angry.
It will, absolutely.
So angry.
Because I have a 7-way that pays me ridiculous odds as well.
I love it.
That's stupid.
Not good gambling.
I've got Villa to beat Wolves. Should do, obviously. Over 1.5 in Bournemouth Sunderland. I think both teams score.
Yep,
So
agreed.
regardless of the outcome, I think I get my 2 goals. Under 3.5 in Liverpool West Ham. West Ham have been very good defensively lately.
Feels
And
like a 2-0, 2-1.
Liverpool have still been scuppering. So under 3.5 in that game. Brentford to beat Burnley. I think they're on good enough form. They should go do that. And Keith Andrews will be very pissed off at this recent setback against Brighton at home, especially. I've got Newcastle to beat Everton. You don't perform well in their building. They perform better at home than anywhere else. I think they win. United to beat Palace because Glasner wants to fuck off. Pretty much. And then over 2.5 goals in Arsenal v Chelsea.
There we go.
I've put $2 on this bet in real money, but $100 on the show, obviously, plus $3,226.
May we both hit, and then it becomes real fucking interesting, and we're both big time in the black.
I won't give a fuck.
It'll be great.
I won't care anymore. I won't care anymore. It'll be brilliant. We're up collectively $9,000. It'd be awesome.
It would be kind of fantastic.
Yeah.
Because then we just brag about how amazing we are, even
And,
though
we've hit 4 bets all
our
season.
hit rate is
Yeah.
fucking terrible. Alrighty, that is going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Mr. Graham, I know we have some very, actually, truly important parting words for tonight.
Yes, we do. The reason I mentioned the racism at Chelsea this weekend earlier was because it's not going to be about racism this time. We're going to save the stuff that happened to Vinicius Jr. for a later date as well in their Champions League game against Benfica, because sometimes life is just the cunt, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I wrote it down completely, which is why I was late coming, because I don't know that I could get through it without crying. So I wanted a script. So if it sounds robotic, that's why. But it is with a heavy heart that I bring some terrible news. A member of the DU family has suffered an unthinkable tragedy with the loss of a child. I won't be naming them until we have permission to do so. But it was brought to our attention by Brad from Crystal Palace. We want to extend our deepest condolences and offer our thoughts, prayers, and good vibes as best that we can, and in any way that you all seem fit as a community. What we are asking is that people donate what they can via Venmo to me, and I will be buying a Grubhub gift card with all the generosity of our community. No amount is too small, so if you can only afford $1, $5, $10, $20, whatever you can do is helpful. I will post my Venmo in the DU Closed group with its starting balance, so you can see the donation period will run through this Friday at midnight. Saturday morning, I'll post in the comments of that post the balance in my Venmo and the receipt of the Grubhub gift card that was purchased, and it will be delivered to the affected family via email. One small token so they don't have to worry about even talking to anyone to get some food down them during this very difficult time. As permissions are made or not, we will provide as many details as we can.
Just know this is a contributor to our show.
Yeah.
Someone that has been on the show and you all know, and that's why we're so emotional about it.
And possible charitable donations to be made depending on those circumstances in the name of the family at a later time. Football is a family, and it's time to take care of one of our own, even if they support a different club from you. I couldn't even tell my wife without tearing up about this.
Yeah.
It's a horrible situation.
I called and told you, and I could barely get through it. It's fucking horrible.
It's a horrible situation. Mm-hmm. But a very young new member of a family tragically has passed away in the last few days, and we want to take care of them as best that we can.
Yep.
We haven't had the opportunity to speak with him directly, and I don't know that we will have that opportunity. Like I said,
probably overwhelmed with emotion and everything.
Of course,
going on.
yeah.
We want to make it very simple. We're going to get, we're going to get the donations. We're going to get the Grubhub gift card. We are going to email him directly and go, here you go. You have this way, at least till there's no more money on it. You can buy food and not have, when you want to eat something, you can eat something and you don't have to fucking think about it.
That's all we can do is feed them.
From the parish of DU. So you all are included, yes. And like I said, the easiest way I can think of handling it is doing one Venmo. I'll post my Venmo details in the group.
Very simple.
So if you're not on it, it's Drunkards United FC if you want to get involved on Facebook. And I'll try to, Mel can teach me how to pin a post because I still don't know how to do that.
You don't have admin privileges because you know why. So I'll pin your post for you.
Thank you. But I'll pin that post. I'll post my starting balance so you all can see, just for transparency. I know that you all will not accuse me of anything, but simply for transparency, I will do that in case
Brody will check your math.
We have not friends donating, not close friends.
Right.
But Sam and I will both be donating to this as well, obviously. And we'll make sure that the affected family gets the love and support of the DU community. Once permissions are made, I've also reached out to Simon, and he's agreed to let me do this through Charm City Gooners, as well as with his friend groups. I'm sure Scotty would be okay.
I was just about to say, Scotty, if you're listening tonight, reach out, because we know what we were able to do for the president of the Liverpool Supporters Club.
Yeah.
Love to be able to do something in a charitable donation that, that comes from the family. Just we give them the money, but it's in their name.
Exactly. So we'll share what we can when we have permission to do so.
Right. Other than that, we're going to respect all
the privacy and it's real and it's fucking sad, man.
Yeah.
Thank you to Brad for bringing it up because we had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
But if you can find it, if you can afford it, if you can do it, please.
Yeah.
I'll have that posted by tomorrow morning before work, before I leave for work. I'm gonna hopefully do it tonight when I get home. But look for that post and please, if you can, donate. Like I said, it's gonna run through Friday midnight, and that's when I'm gonna cut just so we can actually do it. If I leave it open too long, it'll never get done.
No, we do it Friday.
So
get it
do
done.
it Friday midnight and
Get it sent to the family over the weekend.
It'll get taken care of.
Then they have
Yeah.
it. That's the idea. So next up is DU Does EFL. We're going to recap the rest of English football. And then, of course, after that, we have Injury Time, where we talk about our adopted club, the beers we've been drinking, fantasy, and then we preview the weekend's action. Should you want to support the show, Mr. Graham, how do you go about doing that?
After you give us money for the other thing, give us money for this. It's dufootballshow@gmail.com. It's patreon.com/dufootballshow. Sign up to that $1 $5 tier, and then we can keep these lights on as well.
All right. Till next week, everybody.
Good night.